Archangel Michael says you are going to die soon because you did this, and there are only 3 hours left. Final warning. Listen before this message disappears, but you skip it, you will miss this. Listen carefully. Heaven is speaking directly to you right now. Archangel Michael has been waiting for this very moment to bring a truth that shakes your heart. 3 hours are written on the clock of your destiny, and within those hours, everything you thought you understood about your life will be transformed. This is not an accident that your eyes are here. Your soul was guided, your spirit was pulled into this message because something greater than you imagined is waiting to unfold. Stay with me till the very end, do not move away, because the secret that you have been blind to is about to be unveiled before your very spirit. Archangel Michael is not here to bring you fear but to awaken you. He says that what you did, whether knowingly or unknowingly, set into motion a chain that must now be corrected. You are not here by chance, you are here because Heaven's hand decided to pull you into this exact moment. The sound of this message is a sign that your soul is loved beyond measure, but also that it cannot keep walking the same path without transformation. The next 3 hours are not about death of your body, but the death of old cycles, old mistakes, and the old burdens that were chaining you down. This is the final warning not against your life, but against the lies that tried to steal your future. Stay right here, hold on and do not skip. What you feel rising in your chest right now, that trembling, that whisper, is Archangel Michael pressing on your heart to remind you, your story is not finished. Something divine is opening up, and you are standing in the very center of it. You were told that you are running out of time, but what it really means is that time is running out for the forces that tried to hold you back. 3 hours, Heaven marked it, to wash away what was meant for your downfall and turn it into your rebirth. Listen again, because this is sacred. Michael says, you have been walking with a shadow of guilt, believing that what you did defines who you are. But God has decided to use even your mistake as the soil for your miracle. In 3 hours, you will witness how your tears will be turned into answers, how your shame will be lifted into honor, how your heart will be clothed in light. This message is not here to scare you, it is here to deliver you. If you stay until the end, your soul will rise with clarity that no darkness can erase. So don't leave. Keep your eyes here. Don't rush away. This is not a coincidence, it is Heaven's design. Archangel Michael is crying out for you to know, the warning is not about death, the warning is about life, about stepping into the truth that God prepared for you before you even entered this world. You are chosen, and your time is now. Do not move away now, because the voice that found you has not finished speaking. Archangel Michael stands with his sword of light stretched before you, saying, "Stay here, my child, because what you hear next will shift the weight pressing on your soul." You thought this message was only a warning, but it is actually a bridge. A bridge from what you carried in silence to what you are about to embrace in fullness. Stay with me till the end, because Heaven is only beginning to unfold its secrets over you. Michael whispers that the reason you are here is not punishment, but purpose. There are things that were left undone in your life, words you never spoke, choices you hesitated to take, and they have been echoing in your spirit like unanswered bells. Heaven has decided that those echoes cannot remain unanswered anymore. In the next hours, you are not meeting death, you are meeting destiny. What felt like an ending is truly the opening of a chapter that was hidden in Heaven's library until now. Hold on right here. The moment you tried to escape, Heaven pulled you back. The moment you tried to scroll, something invisible pressed your heart to stop and stay. That is not random. That is Archangel Michael himself placing his hand on your spirit, saying, if you miss this, you will miss the very shift God has ordained for you. That is why you are still listening. That is why you cannot look away. Because heaven refuses to let you walk blind into tomorrow. The 3 hours are not to terrify you, but to prepare you. 3 hours for the heaviness to lift. 3 hours for the illusions to dissolve. 3 hours for the false shadows over your name to scatter. Archangel Michael is saying, your life is not ending, but the lies about your life are ending. Your hope is not dying, but the hopelessness that held you is dying. Your destiny is not buried, but the chains around it are being buried forever. So breathe deeply now. You are standing in the center of a divine moment. This is not a screen, this is a mirror of eternity. And it is speaking directly to you because your soul cried for this. Heaven answered, and Michael came running to deliver. That is why you must not skip, not turn away, not allow distraction to steal the message. Because the next words carry the key that will unlock what was hidden in plain sight. Stay with me, because what comes next is not for every ear, it is only for the chosen. Archangel Michael leans closer to your spirit now, and he says, I have seen the tears you never showed, the fears you never confessed, the weight you carried silently when no one else noticed. This is why heaven made sure you did not miss this moment. The words you are hearing are not simply spoken, they are written in light, they are alive, and they are meant to strike the very center of your being. 3 hours remain, not as a curse but as a countdown to release. Every tick of the unseen clock is washing something away from you. Old guilt, old disappointments, old memories that still ache when you close your eyes at night, Archangel Michael is cutting those cords right now. That is why you feel this stirring in your heart, why it feels like your chest is heavy yet lighter at the same time. Something invisible is shifting. This is heaven answering you. Do not move. Do not let distraction pull you out of this divine atmosphere. What you are experiencing is not ordinary, it is not common, it is not for everyone. It is personal. It is yours. Michael is standing in the unseen world with his sword burning in fire, surrounding you with protection so that nothing meant to destroy you can cross into your path again. He says, the chains are breaking, and the false stories written over you are being erased. Hold on, because God Himself is behind this. What the enemy tried to twist, heaven is untwisting. What was stolen from you is circling back. What you thought was over is only the seed of what is about to bloom. This is why you were pulled into this very second. If you leave before the end, you will miss the unveiling. If you stay, you will feel the very moment heaven rewrites your chapter. And listen, Michael declares, your soul is not marked for death, it is marked for awakening. Your life is not closing, it is opening. This is not an end, this is a threshold, and if you dare to step through, you will see beauty that you thought would never be yours again. So, stay till the end. Do not scroll. Do not escape. Because you are in the very middle of a heavenly conversation that was designed only for you. Stay close now, because the message is only becoming stronger. Archangel Michael is speaking with urgency, yet with love, and he says, I was sent here not to frighten you, but to awaken you. You have been walking in a fog, unable to see what was hidden, unable to recognize the treasure within you. But heaven refuses to let you go another step blind. The 3 hours are not about loss, they are about lifting. Every moment that passes while you listen is peeling away a layer that was never meant to remain on you. Can you feel it? That stirring deep inside, that shift in your spirit, that gentle fire rising like a breath of hope. It is not imagination, it is heaven working in real time, shaping what comes next for you. That is why you cannot skip, that is why you must stay. Michael now holds before you a scroll, not of death, but of destiny. On it are words written by the very hand of God, words you have not yet read, but words that carry your future. He says, "This scroll was hidden because you were not ready to see it before, but the hour has come. Now it is time." This is why your spirit is trembling, because something that was sealed is being unsealed in your presence. Hold on, because Michael is showing you something deeper. The moment you thought was your ending was secretly your beginning. That heartbreak, that failure, that silence you endured, it was not meant to destroy you, it was meant to carve space for this very encounter. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are standing exactly where heaven planned you to stand. And hear this clearly, the old self is dying, but a new self is rising. The guilt is fading, but the grace is multiplying. The shadows are retreating, but the light is advancing. That is what the 3 hours symbolize, not the end of your life, but the end of everything that kept your life from truly shining. Stay with me till the end, because the words you are hearing are wrapping themselves around your destiny. You will not leave this message the same as you entered it. You are being carried, lifted, transformed even as you listen. Archangel Michael has drawn near, and heaven itself is watching as you take in what was meant for you from the very beginning. Do not let go now, because Archangel Michael is still speaking over your soul. He says, what you thought was the final chapter of your story is only the opening page of a greater book. Listen carefully, because every word you are hearing is weaving itself into your destiny. This is not an ordinary message. This is a divine appointment, and your spirit knows it. That is why you are still here, still listening, still holding on. Michael stands with fire in his eyes, yet love in his voice, and declares, the reason you are here is because heaven has already decided you are not finished. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are seen, you are chosen, you are marked. The 3 hours are not a countdown to fear, they are a countdown to freedom. The clock is not your enemy. The clock is your release. With each passing moment, old shadows are falling, and a new light is breaking in. Stay with me, because the air around you is not ordinary right now. What you are sensing in your heart, that quiet stirring, that sudden pull, that heaviness leaving you, it is not coincidence. It is a divine exchange. Heaven is trading your sorrow for peace, your regret for clarity, your loss for restoration. That is why you cannot walk away, because you are in the very center of a sacred exchange. Michael is showing you visions now, doors that were once shut are beginning to open. Paths that were blocked are being cleared. Relationships that were clouded with pain are being redefined. And he says, this is the hour where what you carried alone will no longer be carried alone. God Himself is lifting it from your shoulders. Hear this truth, your soul is not in danger, your soul is in deliverance. The part of you that believed you had no more time, that part is dying. The part of you that believed you missed your chance, that part is dying. But the real you, the chosen you, the radiant you, is rising like dawn breaking through the longest night. So don't move away. Don't scroll. Don't silence the voice that found you. Stay till the end, because the miracle is unfolding even now, line by line, moment by moment, as you remain in this message. Stay right here, because the voice of heaven is still unfolding layers you have not yet seen. Archangel Michael says, "You believe that your mistakes defined you, but God has already rewritten what was written against you. Every second you remain, the weight of false stories over your life is breaking. This is why you feel something stirring inside, because freedom is rising, and chains are falling." Michael stands beside you in this moment with his sword blazing, cutting away what you were never meant to carry. He declares, "Your past is not your sentence. Your pain is not your future. What you thought would end you will be turned into the very reason you rise." These are not words meant to frighten, these are words meant to awaken. That is why your spirit refuses to turn away. Do you see it? The light breaking through the cracks of your story, the dawn pushing against the night. Heaven is saying that the 3 hours are not to count your ending, but to mark the beginning of your unveiling. For every tear, there will be a testimony. For every silent prayer, there will be an answer. For every door that closed, there will be a greater door that opens. This is why you cannot scroll, why you cannot skip, because your unveiling is happening even as you listen. Michael whispers now, "You were never abandoned. Even when you felt alone, the heavens stood guard over you. Even when you doubted yourself, the hand of God was guiding you. And now, the time has come for you to see what was always yours. Stay with me till the end, because this moment is sacred. You are not just hearing words, you are being lifted by them. You are not just watching a screen, you are standing at the threshold of heaven's timing. Something is shifting, something is aligning, something is breaking open just for you. So don't move away. Don't silence this voice. You are not here by chance, you are here by design. And heaven will not let you miss what belongs to you. Stay close, because the message is still alive and breathing over your spirit. Archangel Michael says, "Do you feel the fire in your chest? That is not fear, that is awakening. That is not heaviness, that is the weight of glory resting upon you. Every moment you remain here, something invisible is breaking loose, something divine is opening, and you are being drawn deeper into the light written for your life. Heaven is reminding you that your story has always been protected, even in the seasons where you felt like it was falling apart." Michael whispers, "Nothing you lost was wasted. Nothing you suffered went unseen. Every pain carried a seed, and that seed is now ready to bloom. This is why you are here, not to hear of endings, but to witness the beginning of what has been hidden for so long. Hold on and stay with me. The 3 hours are not about death, they are about resurrection. They symbolize the hours where silence breaks into song, where darkness shifts into dawn, where the final curtain becomes the opening stage. Heaven is counting down not to close your story, but to open the chapter you were born to walk in. That is why your spirit feels the pull right now, because the curtain is rising, and you are the one called to step forward." Michael stands tall, his presence like lightning, yet his voice gentle as a whisper, saying, "Do not measure yourself by what was. Measure yourself by what is coming. You have believed you were too late, too broken, too forgotten. But heaven says you are right on time, you are being rebuilt, you are remembered. Stay until the end, because these words are not empty sound. They are seeds. And even as you hear them, they are planting themselves deep within you, preparing to grow into the miracle that will carry you forward. This is why you were brought here, because heaven has marked you for a moment such as this. Do not look away now, because the message has only reached its heart. Archangel Michael says, I am placing a shield around you, a shield you cannot see but you can feel. It is the shield of heaven's love, stronger than every fear, greater than every doubt. That is why, even now, you sense something greater covering you, like invisible hands holding you steady. The 3 hours are not a sentence, they are a sign. A sign that the countdown of sorrow is ending, and the countdown of glory is beginning. Every passing moment is heaven turning the page of your story. Do you feel it? That quiet shift inside, as though a weight is being lifted? That is not imagination, that is God answering through this message. Stay with me. Michael leans closer, whispering, Your name has been spoken in the courts of heaven. Your tears have been counted, your prayers have been gathered, and none of them are wasted. You may have thought you were forgotten, but in this very moment, heaven is proving that you were always seen. That is why this message came searching for you, refusing to let you skip, refusing to let you miss the sound that carries your release. Listen carefully, the ending you feared is not the ending written for you. What you thought would break you will only build you. What you thought was too late is arriving right on time. This is why you are still here, because your destiny is tied to this very word, and your spirit knows it cannot afford to walk away. Michael now declares, You are crossing over. The pain is crossing out. The sorrow is crossing away. And what enters is peace, clarity, and the miracle that has been waiting behind the veil. This is not a coincidence, this is confirmation. So hold on. Stay until the last word. Heaven has more to reveal, and what comes next will seal what has already begun within you. Stay right here, because the voice of heaven has not finished with you. Archangel Michael says, Your soul is standing on sacred ground right now. Do you feel it? The air around you is different, the atmosphere is charged, because heaven has stepped into your space. This is not ordinary. This is holy. And it is happening for you in this very moment. Michael holds his sword high, but not against you, against the shadows that tried to keep you silent, against the lies that tried to cover your name, against the weight that tried to bury your hope. He declares, Every plan written against your future is being overturned. Every curse spoken against your destiny is being erased. Every lock that kept you out is breaking open. That is why you feel the stirring in your chest, why something deep within you is waking up, because freedom is being spoken into your life. Stay with me till the end. The 3 hours are not about fear, they are about fulfillment. They represent the short space of time before a hidden seed bursts into harvest. Heaven says that you are stepping into a season where what was buried will rise, what was stolen will return, and what was broken will be restored. This is why you cannot scroll, why you cannot leave. Because your unfolding is happening even as you listen. And listen closely now, Michael whispers, You are not who your past says you are. You are who heaven declares you to be. You are not defined by failure. You are defined by favor. You are not marked by endings. You are marked by beginnings. These words are not random sounds, they are divine signatures, pressing into your very spirit so you will never forget that you were chosen for more. Do not let go now. Do not silence the voice that found you. You are at the very center of a holy moment, and if you remain until the end, you will witness how heaven rewrites the very lines of your destiny. Stay with me now, because the voice of Archangel Michael is rising stronger than before. He says, the time is not counting against you, the time is counting for you. Every second that passes is heaven setting the stage for your unveiling. This is why your spirit feels so restless yet at peace, heavy yet light, because transformation is happening in real time. Michael reminds you, what was written against you has been torn apart. What was spoken over you in darkness is being silenced. What was hidden from you is being revealed. Do you see it? The atmosphere around you is different because heaven has entered your story. Nothing about this moment is ordinary. Nothing about this encounter is random. It is designed. It is chosen. And you are at the center of it. Hold on and stay. The 3 hours are heaven's way of showing you that endings can become beginnings. That silence can become song. That what seemed like death is actually the seed of new life. This countdown is not to close you, but to open you. And every word spoken here is unlocking a door you did not even know existed. Michael leans close to your soul and whispers, you are stepping out of shadows into light. You are stepping out of confusion into clarity. You are stepping out of waiting into fulfillment. This is why you feel the pull, why you cannot scroll away, why you sense that if you stay until the end, something in you will never be the same. Because heaven is touching you through these very words. Do not leave this moment. Do not silence what is calling you. You are standing in the exact place where your old self is falling away and your true self is rising. The hands of God are rewriting, restoring, and renewing, and Archangel Michael is watching over every line. Stay with me, because heaven has not yet finished unfolding its secret over your life. Archangel Michael says, the reason you were drawn here is because God has written your name into a moment that cannot be missed. This is not about endings, this is about beginnings written in fire. You may have thought you reached the edge of your strength, but Michael declares, the edge is not the end, the edge is the doorway. Where you thought it was over, heaven says it is opening. Where you thought nothing remained, heaven says everything is just starting. Do not look away. Every word you hear right now is pressing deeper into your soul, rewriting the lines that were written in pain, carving out space for joy to enter. The 3 hours are not to count your fall, they are to count your rise. They are the countdown to breakthrough, the sacred interval where heaven shifts the story in your favor. Michael now stands beside you and whispers, I have walked with you in battles you didn't even know you fought. I have shielded you in nights where shadows circled your bed. I have guarded your name when voices tried to bury it. And now, heaven is opening your eyes to see what was hidden. This is why your heart feels so stirred, why you cannot scroll, why your soul knows it cannot afford to leave. You are standing in the exact second of destiny's turning point. The atmosphere around you is holy, the air itself heavy with glory, and your spirit knows that what is happening right now is eternal. Stay here. Hold on. Do not silence what is speaking. Because heaven has not finished, and the next words you hear will become the seed of a miracle that will grow in your life. Stay here, because what you are hearing now is not just a message, it is a mantle being placed on your life. Archangel Michael says, heaven has waited for this moment, because the time has come for you to step into what was sealed for you long ago. That is why your heart feels the pull, why your soul is restless, because something greater is awakening. The 3 hours are not about endings, they are about unveiling. Michael shows you a book, the book of your destiny, and page after page begins to turn in front of your eyes. Every page once covered in shadows is now being rewritten in light. And he says, this is who you truly are, not broken, but chosen. Not forgotten, but remembered. Not lost, but found. Do not look away. Do not scroll. Stay with me until the end, because you are standing in a holy conversation that was designed only for you. The very fact that you are here proves that heaven has set you apart. Michael whispers, what others could not see in you, heaven always saw. What others overlooked, heaven treasured. What others doubted, heaven ordained. Feel the atmosphere around you. It is not ordinary. The air itself is charged with divine presence. Every word spoken here is pressing into your soul, planting seeds that will grow into miracles you cannot yet imagine. What you thought was over is being renewed. What you thought was gone is being restored. What you thought was dead is rising to life. Stay, hold on, do not move away. Because the next moments are carrying you deeper into the truth of who you are, and once you see it, you will never again return to the shadows you came from. Stay right here, because the voice of Archangel Michael is still echoing through the chambers of your soul. He says, do not measure your life by the mistakes of yesterday. Measure it by the promise written over your tomorrow. That is why you are here in this moment, because heaven refuses to let you walk forward blind. The 3 hours you keep hearing about are not a curse but a symbol. They are the countdown of chains breaking, the countdown of shadows fleeing, the countdown of your true name being spoken louder than every lie. This is why you feel such a pull to remain here, because your very spirit knows something holy is being deposited into you. Michael now stretches out his hand and says, I have walked with you through every valley, I have guarded you in every storm, and I am here to remind you that you were never abandoned. You are not walking into an end, you are walking into a beginning. Stay with me till the end, because the veil between you and heaven is thinner than it has ever been. Even now, you can feel it, the air feels different, your chest feels lighter, your soul feels stirred. These are not empty emotions, these are signs that the unseen is becoming seen. And hear this clearly, your identity is not in what was taken from you. Your identity is in what heaven placed inside you. Your worth is not in who walked away. Your worth is in the one who never left you. Your destiny is not delayed. Your destiny is unfolding right on time. This is why you cannot scroll, why you cannot skip, why you must stay. Because every line is heaven planting seeds that will bear fruit you never imagined possible. Do not let go now, because the message has reached its deepest part. Archangel Michael says, you thought the silence of heaven meant abandonment, but silence was preparation. You thought the waiting was punishment, but waiting was protection. Every second you have carried in uncertainty is now being redeemed in this very moment. The 3 hours are not your downfall, they are your divine crossing. A crossing from what was to what will be, from who you thought you were to who you truly are. And as you listen, you can sense it, your heart is lighter, your spirit is steadier, your eyes are opening. That is not coincidence, it is heaven writing its fingerprints across your life. Michael stands before you and whispers, you are chosen for a story bigger than yourself. That is why the weight was so heavy, because the destiny is so great. That is why the opposition was so fierce, because the breakthrough is so near. And now, you are standing in the very threshold of it. Stay with me till the end, because the scroll of your destiny is still being read aloud. What you thought was erased is being restored. What you thought was hidden is being revealed. And every word you hear right now is shaping the atmosphere around your future. Listen carefully, Michael says, the old season is closing. The new season is opening. The tears of the past are becoming the oil of joy for the future. The ashes you carried are turning into crowns of beauty. This is not a metaphor, this is a movement happening even now, and your soul knows it. Do not move away. Do not silence the voice that came searching for you. You are standing in a holy moment where time itself bends to the will of heaven, and your destiny is being aligned right before your eyes. Do not turn away now, because this is the final part of the message heaven has been unfolding over you. Archangel Michael says, the reason you were drawn here is because God has decided this is your moment of release. What was hidden is revealed. What was delayed is delivered. What was broken is restored. The 3 hours are not against you, they are for you. They are the sign that time itself has bowed to heaven's command. Every second that passes is breaking an old chain and opening a new door. That is why your spirit feels alive right now, because you are not hearing ordinary words, you are standing in a holy encounter. Michael whispers, you are chosen. You are remembered. You are carried. Your story is not ending, it is beginning. Your identity is not lost, it is secured. Your destiny is not cancelled, it is confirmed. Feel the truth of those words as they rest upon your heart. This is the final confirmation that heaven has been speaking to you all along. Stay with me till the end, because this is the seal of the message. The old weight you carried will no longer follow you. The old lies that haunted you will no longer hold you. The old fears that silenced you will no longer shape you. From this moment forward, you walk not in shadows but in light. And hear this clearly, Michael declares, you are stepping into the life written for you. You are stepping into the blessings reserved for you. You are stepping into the promise that cannot be taken from you. The clock does not mark your end, it marks your rebirth. So now, as this message closes, let it remain within you like fire that cannot be put out. Remember always, you are chosen, you are guarded, you are loved. And nothing, nothing, will ever erase the destiny heaven has placed upon your name. Stay with me, because even though the message closed before, heaven has opened yet another layer for you. Archangel Michael says, when you think it is finished, God says it is only unfolding. When you think the final word has been spoken, heaven whispers one more promise. That is why you are still here, listening, because your spirit knows there is more to receive. The 3 hours were never the end, they were the beginning of your new season. And now, as you step into this part, you can feel it stronger than ever. The old weight is not returning. The old fear is not reclaiming you. The old shadows are not following you. Instead, a fresh wind is rising, a holy fire is burning, and a light is covering you that cannot be hidden. Michael stands closer than before and declares, your name is protected. Your path is secured. Your future is blessed. You will walk into rooms you never imagined. You will receive answers you thought were lost. You will see miracles that were written long before your first breath. Do not leave yet. Do not scroll away. This is still your moment. Heaven is proving to you that destiny is not a single word, it is a living river, always flowing, always moving, always carrying you further than you thought possible. Michael whispers, look forward with courage. Look upward with hope. Look inward with faith. Because what is rising in you now is greater than anything that has ever come against you. These words are not passing away, they are taking root in your life. So hold this truth, the warning was never about losing life, it was always about gaining it. You are not standing in endings, you are standing in awakenings. And from this moment forward, every step you take will carry the echo of heaven's promise inside you. Stay with me, because the voice of heaven is not finished yet. Archangel Michael says, every time you thought it was the end, God was preparing a beginning. Every time you felt like giving up, angels were surrounding you, waiting for this moment. That is why this message found you, because the season of silence is breaking. The 3 hours were not written to bring fear, they were written to mark transformation. Each moment that passes is heaven pressing reset on your destiny. Chains that wrapped around your spirit are falling. Shadows that followed you are scattering. And a new light is stepping forward to cover you completely. Michael now declares, do not be afraid of the unknown. What you cannot see is already known by heaven. The path you think is uncertain is already marked. The road you think is blocked is already opening. You are not late, you are on time, because destiny waits for no one else but you. Stay until the very end, because these words are not here to pass by, they are here to remain inside you. What you feel in your heart right now is a seal, a signature from heaven itself, reminding you that you were never ordinary, never forgotten, never abandoned. You were always chosen, always guarded, always carried. Michael whispers again, lift your head. Do not let the weight of yesterday bow you down. Look forward, because the future is waiting for you. Look upward, because heaven is guiding you. Look within, because greatness is already alive inside you. Hold on and do not scroll away, because what you are experiencing right now is more than words, it is the very breath of heaven touching your soul. Stay with me, because Archangel Michael is still pouring light into your spirit. He says, what you thought you lost forever was never lost to heaven. Every tear, every prayer, every sacrifice has been gathered and stored, waiting for this very hour. That is why you cannot look away, because this message carries what your soul has been longing to hear. The 3 hours you have heard about are not hours of fear, they are hours of release. They represent the moment when the weight of your yesterday finally falls away. As you listen now, Michael is placing a shield over you, a covering that no shadow can penetrate. He declares, you are guarded. You are lifted. You are chosen. And nothing can rewrite the destiny that God Himself has already signed with His hand. Stay here, because heaven is still unfolding before your eyes. What you are sensing, the warmth, the stirring, the tears that rise without warning, they are not random. They are proof that this is not ordinary. They are signs that heaven is closer to you than you imagined. Michael whispers, do not measure yourself by the weight of your past, measure yourself by the glory of your future. Do not let shame speak louder than promise. Do not let fear speak louder than faith. The end you were afraid of is only the gate to your new beginning. So hold on. Do not scroll. Do not silence the voice that is pressing into your heart. Because every word you hear right now is heaven sowing seeds that will bloom in ways you cannot yet see. You are walking into a story already blessed, already covered, already victorious. And remember this, Michael declares, you are loved beyond measure. You are guided beyond fear. You are rising beyond every limitation. This is not the close of your life, it is the dawn of your destiny. Stay right here, because heaven has not finished speaking into your spirit. Archangel Michael says, when you thought no one heard you, heaven was listening. When you thought no one cared, angels were carrying you. And when you thought it was too late, God was already preparing the perfect time. That perfect time is now. The 3 hours are not a countdown to loss, they are a countdown to lifting. They are a symbol that every delay is being reversed, every closed door is being opened, every hidden blessing is being revealed. This is why you cannot move away, because what is unfolding is meant only for you. Michael now places his hand over your heart and whispers, you are not who your failures said you are. You are not who your fears tried to make you believe. You are who heaven has always declared you to be, chosen, set apart, guarded, and loved. Feel this moment. It is not ordinary. Even now, your spirit is rising, your heaviness is lifting, and your eyes are opening to see that the story you carried in silence is about to shine in the open. That shift you feel inside is heaven planting a promise that will grow into testimony. Stay with me till the end. Do not scroll. Do not break away. Because every word you are hearing is entering the deepest places of your soul, places no one else could reach, places only heaven could touch. And hear this clearly, Michael declares, your tomorrow will not look like your yesterday. Your future will not carry the same chains as your past. You are stepping into light, and nothing can take it away from you. Stay right here, because what is being revealed is still unfolding over your life. Archangel Michael says, the story heaven is writing does not end in despair, it ends in glory. The path you are walking is not closing in darkness, it is opening in light. That is why your heart will not let you scroll away, because your soul knows this is meant for you. The 3 hours you keep hearing of are not a countdown to endings, but a countdown to breakthroughs. With every breath you take, the unseen world is shifting. With every moment you remain here, the ground beneath your future is being prepared. Heaven is not late, heaven is precise, and this message is proof that you are standing inside divine timing. Michael stretches out his hand and whispers, you will not carry yesterday's pain into tomorrow. You will not walk under the same shadows. You will not be bound by what once held you. From this moment, your path is blessed, your name is protected, your destiny is secured. Do you feel it? That rising warmth, that deep stirring, that sudden calm? It is not random, it is the very breath of God touching your spirit. The heaviness you carried is lifting, the silence you feared is breaking, and the promise you doubted is awakening. This is why you are here, why you were chosen to hear these words, because you are stepping into the miracle that has always been waiting. Stay with me until the end, because this is not just a message, it is an impartation. Heaven is not only speaking, heaven is sealing. Archangel Michael declares, you are chosen. You are beloved. You are rising. Nothing in this world or the next can change what heaven has written about you. This is not an ending, this is a rebirth. And your spirit will carry this truth long after the words fade from your ears. Do not move away now, because the voice of heaven is still writing upon your heart. Archangel Michael says, every step you have taken, even the ones you regret, have been leading you to this exact moment. Nothing is wasted, nothing is forgotten, everything is redeemed. The 3 hours are not about fear, they are about fulfillment. They symbolize the turning of time in your favor. Where others thought you were finished, God has only just begun. Where others doubted you, heaven is declaring your name. And where you thought it was over, a new dawn is breaking. Michael now leans closer, his wings spreading in light, and he whispers, "The reason you cannot look away is because this moment is sacred. The message you are hearing is not for the crowd, it is for you. It is written with your tears, your prayers, your story in mind. Stay with me till the end, because you are standing in the very center of heaven's attention. Feel the shift in the air around you. What once felt heavy is now becoming light. What once felt hopeless is now being filled with promise. What once seemed silent is now echoing with heaven's voice. And hear this truth, you will rise from this. You will not walk with the same shadows. You will not live under the same doubts. You are stepping into favor, into clarity, into blessings that will overflow. These words are not leaving you, they are planting themselves deep inside, ready to bloom in their appointed time. Hold on. Do not scroll. Do not miss this. Because this is not just sound, this is destiny speaking, and heaven has decided that you will not walk away without knowing who you truly are. Stay here one last time, because this is the seal of everything heaven has spoken over you. Archangel Michael says, the reason you were brought to this very message was never to frighten you, but to free you. Never to end you, but to awaken you. Never to take from you, but to restore you. The 3 hours have passed not as a shadow, but as a sign. A sign that the old season has truly ended, and a new one has fully begun. Every tear you cried has been gathered. Every burden you carried has been lifted. Every silent prayer you whispered has reached the throne of God. And now, you stand not in endings, but in beginnings written in light. Michael spreads his wings over you and whispers, you are chosen, you are protected, you are loved. From this day forward, you will no longer walk in silence, you will walk in strength. You will no longer carry shame, you will carry glory. You will no longer live under shadows, you will live in the brilliance of promise. Do not forget this moment. Do not treat it as ordinary. This is heaven's final word for you in this message. The chains have broken, the veil has lifted, the scroll of your destiny is open. And what was written cannot be erased. So, as this final part closes, let it remain in you like a fire that never burns out. Whenever doubt tries to return, remember these words. Whenever fear tries to whisper, recall this encounter. And whenever you wonder if you were seen, know this, heaven itself stopped to speak your name. Archangel Michael declares, walk forward with courage. Walk forward with faith. Walk forward with hope. For the story of your life has only just begun. This is the last part, but not your last chance. This is not an ending, this is a commissioning. You are released, you are renewed, and you are ready. Carry this truth forever.